Students, today we are going to start with Unit 3 of the book Snapshots, and the name of the unit is Ranga's Marriage, written by Masti Venkatesh Iyengar. Now, who is Ranga? Ranga is the accountant's son and is one of the rare breed among the village people, and who has been to the city to pursue his studies. And when he returns to his village from the city of Bangalore, the crowds mill around his house to see whether he has changed or not. His ideas about marriage are quite different. Now, what are his ideas about the marriage? Let us know. Now, once there was a village named Hoshahali in the erstwhile Mysore state of India. Now, Shyama, the narrator, she narrates the story. It when people in the village did not know English. The village accountant was the first man who had sent his son Ranga to Bangalore to study. When Ranga returned, people came crowding to see him. He was still wearing his sacred thread, so the women felt that he had not lost his caste. The narrator asked Ranga his marriage plans. Ranga wanted to get married only when he was mature. The narrator talks about the specialities of Hoshali. He talks about the mangoes from the village which are so sour that their sourness goes straight to the head, and the chutney can induce cough. They also have creeper whose flowers are very beautiful and the leaves can be used for serving meal. Now, here you have one of the word, that is sweet karigadabu. Now, the sweet karigadabu is a sweet samosa which is filled with coconut and sugar. Now, the narrator, she felt that Ranga was a cultured boy and he needed to find a right girl for him. So, Rama Rao's niece was a pretty girl of 11. Her parents had died, so she had to come to live with her uncle from the city. And she knew how to play veena and harmonium. She also had a sweet voice. The narrator felt that she would be a suitable bride for Ranga. So the narrator decided to do some matchmaking, and he called Ratna to his house on Friday and asked her to sing a song. On the other hand, he asked Ranga to come to his place. Ranga heard the girl singing, and when Ratna saw him, she stopped. Ranga asked about her. The narrator mentioned that she was married, and that brought a shriveled look on Ranga's face and made an excuse, and he went away. Now, next day, the narrator went to the Shastri, who reads people's future, and made a pact with him by tutoring him about what to say to Ranga. When he brought him there, the Shastri agreed. And when the narrator brought Ranga to Shastri, both of them slowly diverted the talk to Ratna. And the narrator brought the news that she is not married. Ranga's faith in Shastri increased. Finally, Ratna and Ranga were married. And after some years, the narrator found out that they named their 3 years old son Shyama after him and were expecting their second child. Now, so we saw how Ranga got married with Ratna, and their 3 years old son was given 3 years old son was given the name of Shyama, and in this way Ranga gets married at last with the Ratna, who was having a sweet voice, and also she knew to play veena and harmonium. Now we'll have a little bit discussion about the question answers. Now the second question of your text, that is astrologers' perceptions are based more on hearsay and conjecture than what they learn from the study of the stars. Comment with a reference to the story. Now actually we know that astrology, it is a scientific study. But then there are the characters like narrator and Shastri who just turn and twist it to suit their purpose. Now on saying Ranga returned from his studies in Bangalore, the narrator her only this point or agenda was that this person should get married, and he wanted him to marry the 11 years old orphaned niece of Ramarao, whose name was Ratna. And he got Ranga to hear his her song and built a liking for her. When he came to know that Ranga was not interested in marriage till he was mature enough, he decided to take the help of Shastri, the village astrologer. The narrator then tutored Shastri to give a manipulated astrological prediction to Ranga. And then Shastri told Ranga that he was worried because of a girl. The narrator then put a question as to who the girl was. Shastri led Ranga further led by saying that girl had a name which had something to do with the ocean. Slowly the name of Ratna was brought forward. You know, Ratna means Ratna. Ratna means the gem which you find in the ocean. Okay. So this astrologer, when he tells that this man Ranga is going to get married with a girl whose name will have some relation with the ocean. Slowly that name of Ratna was brought forward, and the she knew that Ranga had started liking Ratna. So he found the truth about her being unmarried and made Ranga believe all more in astrology. Ranga, though educated, is fooled in the name of astrology, and he and Ratna, who is underaged, are married off by the narrator. Clear? Now the next one. Indian society has moved a long way from the way the marriage is arranged in the story. Discuss. Now, through the story, that is Ranga's marriage, one gets a view about how marriages are arranged a long time ago, especially in traditional Indian villages. As soon as a boy completed his studies, it was considered the right time to find him a suitable girl and get him married. Maturity and work experience and financial soundness was hardly considered important. Underage marriages were also rampant and no strict legal actions were taken against the offenders. Today the case is different. Child marriages are illegal and punishable. Today there are love marriages, mixed religion marriages. There are arranged marriages but not without the consent of the boy and the girl. The education of the girl child is given importance. Both boy and the girl's consent is needed for the marriage. Social networking sites have also helped to bring couples together. The sad part is that marriages in the modern time do not endure. They are not long lasting. Some are very short lived. There are few people who work on their marriages and nurture them. Though education has increased, tolerance and patience are thrown out of the window. The next one, what kind of a person do you think the narrator is? Now the narrator, Shyama, appears to be a person of values and is a gentleman. He is a kind-hearted and a well-wisher. He is in love with village and knows every small detail of the village. He is proud of village and he attempts to highlight the uniqueness of his village, which is otherwise of negligible importance. Geographically, if you see to the village, it is not that beautiful. Okay. But yet the narrator, he loves his village that much that he attempts to highlight the uniqueness of his village. And he states that it is an important village of the state of Mysore by comparing it beautifully with the very essence of South Indian desert like Karigadabu. While preserving his culture, he also accepts the modern education system and finds the usage of English language necessary for individual development. And he also considers English to be a priceless commodity. And for him, Ranga's marriage material as he has finished his studies. He wastes no time in bringing him to like Ratna, the niece of Ramarao, and makes every effort to bring them close. And he even manipulates the astrologer, that is Shastri, and gets him to tell Ranga that Ratna is the right match for him. Thus, Shyama may be a villager, but he has wisdom and experience. He may appear meddlesome, but his deeds seem to be for the good of all he cares about. Okay. So here we end with this session. We'll be meeting in the next session with the new lesson. Till then, goodbye.